So, hello everyone. My name is Michaela and you can call me Kay. This is Kayology, my channel all about astrology, spirituality, and motivational videos. Okay, so today we are talking about Pisces rising, Neptune in the first house. I have had the pleasure from all of these setbacks of trying to get this video up to get a lot of downloads when it comes to this specific placement. And I almost feel bad for all the videos that have come before this rising video because, child, Spirit came through. Spirit is my name for God, if you're wondering, but I interchange the words because it's really not that deep. And I think that you guys will learn a lot about me, as well as, you know, if you have this placement, you learn a lot about yourself too, because this is very personal for me. I actually have in my whole sign chart Neptune in the first house in Aquarius, and in my Pisces chart, which is a more common version of tropical Western astrology, okay, is what most people know, I have about 40% Pisces in my first house and 60% Aquarius in my first house, of course, with Aquarius being the rising and about 15 degrees, and like Uranus being right on top of my rising. So don't get me wrong, I'm very Aquarius, but Pisces very much affects me every day of my life. And even having a Neptune in Aquarius, I mean, it's still the sign of my rising. So whether it's in the 12th house in my Pisces chart or in the first house in my whole sign chart, it still very much affects me, and it kind of is a little synonym for me personally. And I feel very fortunate to have gotten these messages for you guys, and I hope that the way that I explain it, that it brings you understanding and it makes you better understand yourself in the end. Okay, so to all of my beautiful Pisces risings and Neptune in the first house, this is for you and for me. Okay, so we're talking about the whole sign archetype of Pisces, with Pisces being in the first house. So Pisces in astrology is ruled traditionally by Jupiter, and then when Neptune was discovered in the 50s, it was co-ruler over Pisces, right? So Pisces as a symbol, it is I hope you guys can see this. I want you to see this. It is the symbol of the two fishes. They're so cute. They're like little avocados. I'm sorry, I showed you guys my whole planner, but Pisces is represented as a symbol by the two fishes swimming in opposite directions. And I think that that is how easy Pisces can mold and change and understand others and understand things and cultures. Pisces is like the great sponge, and they're able to really open their minds to perceive this world in all of its glory. Okay, so Jupiter is represented by wisdom, and I say spirituality expressed because, you know, Pisces' brother in crime is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius, they're just very boastful about, you know, what they believe and passionate. And I think that is very Jupiterian. Okay, it's spirituality expressed. It's the passion of your beliefs when it comes to, you know, your spiritual understanding. It is higher learning, which is your philosophy, your methodologies, your sociology and things of that nature, psychology, right? It's also higher learning as in like secondary education. So it represents college and that whole period of time where you're exploring, your first time out of your parents' house, where you're exploring, you get to know yourself, you get to go different places, you get to do things that otherwise you probably wouldn't do if you were at home in your third house area of Gemini and mind and home and the community. Okay, it's leaving your parents' house and exploring, right? And we have Neptune, and this is where the download comes in. Like, this was wild to me, guys. So Neptune is the spiritual world. It is the spiritual world, right? both high vibrations and low vibrations. It is the imagination and the subconscious. Yes, we all know this, right? But I found that the subconscious and the unconscious mind, similarities, okay? So the subconscious / unconscious mind, your imagination is the bridge to communicate with your subconscious mind. And that's something that Pisces, Neptune in the first, have access to immediately, right? And whether you want to call them overly sensitive or super empathic, okay? Whether you want to call them super empathic or sensitive, they have access to this world, right? And Neptune also represents the 12th house, right? 12th house, the unconscious fears and trauma, okay? It's also karma from past lives, if you believe in that. So because of that, Neptune in the first, Pisces in the first, they carry this like old soul energy, like this I've been here before energy, okay? Especially when they're younger. Very much old souls. This I call it like the old grandpa who still has his inner child. Like that's kind of Neptune in the first, Pisces in the first type people, okay? You guys are such old souls. And I think the thing that makes this karmic is because you don't get to, you know how an Aries or a Sagittarius, a Capricorn, you don't get the ability to pretend like the spiritual world doesn't matter. You don't get the ability to forget your emotions and not be a part of it. You're immersed in it. And I think the karma is the fact that you don't get a choice. Like this is just our life, okay? And if a Pisces decides that they don't want to be a part, or that they don't want to feel, or they don't want to, you know, be sensitive, they become aloof. They become distant. They become escapist. They become tortured by this sensitivity that they live out every single day. You know, that's why for me personally, that's why I choose to be upbeat. I understand vibration and I live at a high vibration. I try to, you know, follow the spiritual laws because I understand that this is my life. This is who I am. I can't just try to fit in with everyone else. I mean, it's very Aquarius of me to not want to fit in, but it's like understanding what the freak I'm here to do off rip as a child. Like, why the heck would I play like I don't know? Because I also have like that moon energy in my like 9th, 10th. So the reason I say 9th, 10th is because in my Pisces chart, I have Sagittarius 10th house. Okay, so we'll talk about this, I think, in the second part of this video. But in my whole sign house chart, I have Sagittarius in the 11th and Scorpio in the 10th. So Sagittarius and Scorpio, they kind of work together for me as an energy. And I don't get the ability to just pretend like I don't know what I'm here to do. I do know. But you also understand from just life experiences that if I told people exactly what my destiny was, everyone would look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Learn that the hard way, okay? So, you know, a lot of the things that I'm doing today are things that I told people I would be doing. And everyone looked at me like, oh, Michaela, you can't do that. And we'll get into all of that stuff later, okay? As to why people thought that about me. So yes, your subconscious mind is the bridge to your subconscious. And what does that bridge look like? Go to your Neptune sign. Okay, so if you're a Pisces rising, go to your Neptune sign and look at the sign that goes with your Neptune. So if you have a Neptune in Capricorn and you're a Pisces rising, then the bridge, your imagination, the way it's shaped is very Capricorn-like. So there's going to be restrictions in how imaginative you can actually be, per se. And maybe this might ease up after your Saturn return, okay? And if you don't get the lesson the first time, your second Saturn return, all right? It happens, okay? So your imagination is going to be more structured. It's going to be about how you can practicalize certain things, right? It's very much giving like the Saturn and Pisces we're in right now. But it's been forcing me to practicalize all of my goals and all of my dreams and all of my plans, right? And that's your bridge to your subconscious. So what if you have a Neptune in Libra? Okay, and it's in your first house. Okay, your bridge is through relationships and this more Neptune mixed with Venus, which Neptune being the higher octave of Venus, it is that like unconditional agape love. Neptune and Libra are some of the most attractive Neptune in the first signs, okay? Like people just love you. They love you. They see you as like the ultimate healer. Like people will just want to sit in your presence. They'll see you as like some type of goddess. Like people love Neptune and Libra. And sadly, I've never met a Neptune and Libra in the first house. I would love to though. I'd freaking love to. But yeah, Libra is your connector. It is your bridge to your subconscious, right? Now, these are downloads that I just received over the last couple of weeks as I've been trying to upload this video. And I think that they're worth sharing because even if, you know, this has never really been talked about in astrology, I think it's a good conversation to start, you know? So let's get into your characteristics. Neptune in the first, Pisces in the first characteristics. You come off to others as innocent, pure. Thank Neptune for that, okay? There is a certain purity that you have when you see through the eyes of spirit, okay? When you see through the eyes of spiritual world brought to here, okay? If you're on a high vibration, then when you meet someone on, let's say, a lower vibration, or even someone who's just, you know, unawakened, they don't think about spirituality, none of that stuff, you see people exactly as they are, right? And if you're at a high vibration, then you're going to see that, you know, that angry woman at the counter at the grocery store that's ringing up your groceries. You're going to see her as someone who's going through something, that had a bad day because, you know, her man cussed her out before she left the house, and her children need money for certain things at school, and she's trying to figure out how all of her ends are going to meet. So, you know, she's being mean because she has things going on. And that's something that Pisces in the first, Neptune in the first can see. I use that example is because I see those things, right? And through life, even though people of lower vibration try to bring me down into a lower vibration so that I am less empathic, right? Through the years, I would always see people as people who are going through things, because I mean, what else are we on earth to do but to learn these lessons, to, you know, grow and evolve. Earth is a great place to be if you want to evolve quickly as a spirit, okay? So what else are we up here for but to heal, grow, and evolve? So I see people as people going through their own stories, going through their own experiences. And sometimes you can meet somebody in the middle of a hard situation. And I will say that's something that Pisces goes through often. And this is why you can come off so innocent or childlike, because you believe in the good. You believe that people can change. You believe that just because you're going through a bad situation doesn't mean your life always has to be bad. But if you run into someone who's more fixed, you know, like a Scorpio or Taurus, especially Taurus, okay? They'll be like, no, like my life has always been hard. I always have to go through things, right? And Pisces will be like, no, that's just your perspective. You can come out of this. You don't always have to go through hard things, right? And that to other people, they'll be like, okay, You're living life on the high side, huh? What drugs are you on? I want those drugs, you know? And it's not. It's just you being moldable, you being that mutable sign that you are. You can see different perspectives of someone's situation. You can go all the way around the situation and see where things could change, you know? So, especially with Pisces rising specifically, because you have that Aquarius in the 12th, you can see where change can happen, you know? So, it's very tough. It's very tough. People can see you as aloof, okay, where you are distant from a situation, because I think that Pisces that aren't afraid of speaking the truth, okay, that Pisces mixed with like Aries energy, whoo, that's dangerous. Like a Pisces rising, Aries sun, woo. But they can seem aloof because that's the type of Pisces that's going to tell you exactly how the freak it is, all right? But they still care for you, and they're still going to listen to you like, you know, nah, about all the stuff you're going through. But they're going to be like, yeah, but that would just easily be changed if you did this, this, and this. You know? And then the person will be like, how could you say that? Okay. But, let's move on. You can be a very great listener, right? This is another characteristic to your personality. You are a great listener, even if you don't look like you are listening, because of course there is multiple worlds that you are connected to, okay? You are always hardwired to your imagination. You're always getting certain ideas for creative pursuits, or, you know, something that is pertaining to your own inner world, right? So though you may not always look like you are listening, even though you can learn to do that, I've learned to look like I'm listening, but that takes work, okay? That takes masking of my own self. But that's a different story for a different day. You can listen to people's problems with these... You can listen to people's problems with this beautiful compassion, okay? You can have really good advice and understanding of people. Oftentimes when people talk to a Pisces rising, even Pisces sun and Neptune the first, they feel like they're understood. Like they really do. I think people talk to Pisces and rant to Pisces because no one makes them feel so understood, so loved, so cared about, right? So held space for, okay? Pisces has a way of holding space for people that is honestly priceless. And this is why you guys are such like really good therapists, great friends, great moms, great, you know, partners, because no one's going to be able to listen and truly understand and sympathize with you like a Pisces, okay? So you're very open-minded. Like I said, you're able to see things from multiple different perspectives. You are an optimistic dreamer, which means that every Pisces got a dream, all right? I feel like, I don't know if you've ever seen those like old movies where it's just like, everybody's got a dream, okay? It's like those movies in New York. Everybody's got a dream. What's your dream? Oh, it's my dream. Everybody got a dream. Go for your dream. Chase your dream before it's too late. Go for your dream. Okay, I'm doing too much. But every single Pisces in the first, Neptune the first, they have a dream. They have a dream of what they want their life to look like. And that, once again, is that connection to the spiritual world. That's what you could make your life to be. Just make sure you practicalize it, Pisces, and make sure you bring it to this reality. Make sure you manifest it in, because you have the ability to do so, okay? So you are artistically talented. Okay, so you are artistically talented, even if it's a secret, okay? Pisces are those people who have like tons of talents in their back pocket that they don't necessarily tell everyone about, okay? Pisces are not super egotistical, okay? They don't need everyone to know how talented they are. Oftentimes they'll play piano for like 13 years and their friends and family will never know, you know? Some Pisces. Other Pisces, if they're able to, you know, get past that 12th house of not wanting to be seen, they can go on to do their talents as a job or as a hobby, or, you know, just sharing it online, right? high levels of compassion, levels of care. You're very great problem solvers in a creative way. Okay, once again, that open-minded perspective, right? You are very intuitive and psychic. Pisces rising, Neptune the first, you can have abilities to channel from the higher realms. You can have abilities of, feeling people's energy. And once you understand your own energy, you can feel people's energy and explain to them what's going on with their lives, right? You can be a very good spiritual mouthpiece to give messages to people from maybe a passed on loved one. So you could be a really good, medium. You can be a really good medium. I forgot the word, y'all. But you can feel energy in rooms, off of people, their auras. You can feel it. And it might take some time to truly understand, because it can be a little much. It's feeling other people's energy, right? Especially since Pisces energy, they just naturally kind of vibrate a little higher because Neptune is far away from Earth. Okay, it's a lighter energy. So just feeling people's energy in general is a little uncomfortable because it can feel a little bit dense, for me personally. So it's like, once you become used to it, and you're able to get past the anxiety and depression of feeling other people's energy, you can become a very good messenger, medium, Reiki healing specialist. You can do yoga classes and also shamanic work. So it's like energy work, right? And the way that you speak. Pisces speaks in a very poetic and slow tone. You're very graceful with your speech. They can be the most charming, poetic, sweet people, okay? And some people might take that as being like manipulative or, too nice, too kind. Why do you care so much? It can be uncomfortable for others. But never stop being you, Pisces. We need your energy on the earth right now. And last thing, you are a mutable sign. So it's very easy for you to fit in with different types of people, but always connect back to your base energy. Once again, that is the energy of your Neptune sign. If you're a Pisces rising, it's the energy of your Neptune sign. It's Neptune the first is the energy, once again, of your Neptune sign. You need to know and understand your own energy, which is where isolation comes in. There should always be a time where you're spending time with yourself, whether that's doing a creative project, okay, crafting, meditating. You need time with yourself so that you can filter out other people's energy and reconnect with your own, okay? Pisces aura. All right, your aura, this is beyond how you act and all of the things I just described. Just someone walking up on you, okay? You're in a public place and someone's walking up on you. Your aura is very welcoming, but yet mysterious. There is something about you that seems both approachable but mysterious, right? And your energy is very high vibrational, okay? Bright. This is you on the highest vibration, okay? It is euphoric. It's how someone would feel if they were high on that, or like really good high, if you've ever smoked the ganja. All right. Oh, the cringe. I'm sorry, y'all. But for lack of a better word, you're very magical, okay? Angelic is another word that would be great. Someone who is beyond the egotistical understanding, which is why people want to attach words to you, some type of label to make it understandable. If you are very open and, magical, angelic, sweet, kind, then people would try to put the innocence label on you, put the aloof label on you, put the childish label on you to make you make sense for them, right? But on a more lower vibration, you can be a little anxious, cloudy, aloof, as in you're just not here. You can struggle with some type of anxiety, or because anxiety is kind of like the fear of the future, the fear of having to get through the day, right? Or some type of depression, the regret of what didn't work out. And I think I find this in a lot of older Pisces that never followed their dream and tried to fit in, okay? It's like they can walk around with this kind of lackluster energy. I always say there's nothing sadder. Like, it literally makes me want to cry. Like, there's nothing sadder than like a Pisces that's lost that ability to dream. They just become very aloof, very depressive. They sink into their addictions and they just go to their job and they come home. Okay, like, it's just really sad. It's so sad, bro. Yeah, but always understand that if you are a Pisces and you've lost your luster, your magic, your high vibrational ability, it's not gone. It's not lost forever. Just throw yourself into the art. Throw yourself into that artistic talent that you're hiding. Throw yourself into the music and some type of artistic expression. It always heals you, okay? Like, music does things for Neptune in the first, Pisces in the first, okay? It literally heals our body. I feel music through my body, okay? Like, if I'm listening to a really good conductor or a really good like accompaniment of music, it just literally, like, I feel it through my entire body. It gives me chills. So for Pisces, you can always reconnect to that dream, always reconnect to that energy of Neptune through your art. It saves you every single time, okay? Unless your art is the thing that you do for a living, then I would say find a new art. Play around with something else that is artistic, because sometimes when you do your art or your passion for work, you can lose the love. So I would say go into something else. All right, let's say you're a singer, you're a dancer, you're an actor, and you've lost the love there. Move into a different area of creativity, and it will usually kind of like resuscitate what you do for work, if that makes sense. Okay, so your look. Now, Pisces, Neptune energy in the first. You have a very soft body, okay? This can mean extra weight because you are still ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter expands things, okay? But you have a very soft and gentle face, okay? There's like kind of the chub, okay? Or the Pisces double chin that I contour, because that's my business. All right. But that's there too. Pisces also rules over the lymphatic system. So lymphatic system is a liquid that moves throughout your body through these little strands here. You have your little nodes that release waste through this liquid, and that, you know, you pee it out, you sweat it out, okay? Or you poop it out. It is what it is, right? So if your lymphatic system is not healthy, which means that you're eating a lot of processed foods, you're eating a lot of sugar, you're eating a lot of things that are just not easily broken down in the body, it can create bloating, inflammation, okay? And that's that puffiness I was talking about. Like it doesn't matter if you're skinny, you still have like a little pouch, or just, you know, something that makes you a little fluffy, a little chubby, okay? So watch out for inflammation, because this is also a thing for like Cancer in the first too, even like maybe Virgo in the first. But watch out for what you're eating, okay? Make sure you're drinking water. For Pisces, even living by water, because you are very much affected by everything around you. Once again, you are the great sponge. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but you are a big sponge and you take in your environment. So if you're living in an environment, maybe you're living with a lot of people or in a space where you don't feel creatively free or accepted for yourself, okay, you can pack on weight as a way of defense. Now, not everything is spiritual. It's also what you were eating, right? So oftentimes when Pisces doesn't feel comfortable, they can't express themselves. They can't, be creative. They can't be free in their energy. They will run to a food. So this can be emotional eating, right? And once again, you pack on the weight. It is a physical representation of how you feel spiritually. You get it? I hope so. Now, you can also have just really dreamy eyes. Here's my example. And there's like light that you can hold within your eyes. Yet still, if someone tries to read how you feel through your eyes, they'll still not really know much. There's still a mysteriousness in your eyes. But then I like to change it up and become Aquarius. You see what I just did there? I mean, I just kind of used my acting ability a little bit, but that's the thing too. Pisces in the first, Neptune in the first, you're really, really good freaking actors, okay? What's her name? Marilyn Monroe, Neptune in the first. Kim Kardashian, I think she's a Neptune Sagittarius in the first. Right? Eminem, Neptune in the first. Okay? Michael Jackson, Pisces rising. Whitney Houston, Pisces rising. Okay? Like Elon Musk, Pisces rising. It's like you can really project the energy that you want people to see. And that's only the Pisces that have really mastered the movement of energy and knowing their own energy. I do not suggest doing this if you do not know your own energy, because you can get lost. You can get lost in energy, okay? You can get lost in the different ways of expression, right? But the Pisces in me is that like dreamy eye. Pisces rising can also constantly look a little high or out of it in the eyes. They can also look really good with the winged eyeliner. I think I really mastered the wing over here, not so much over here, but that's my business. They look really good with winged eyes. You can like to wear things from different time periods. Pisces is those people who could not care anything about what they were wearing and they just put on like a big t-shirt and some ripped jeans and look great. Or they really like to play around with different types of style and bring things back from different decades and really just pull it off and look like their own version of chic, right? But they also can tend to look more humble. And once again, a lack of ego, right? So that's once again why people can think less of you just based off of how you look. But that's people, that's shallow. They're just being freaking shallow, right? But there's just like a humbleness to you. So though it can be angelic and magical and sweet, there's also very humble. And people might try to, once again, label you to make themselves feel comfortable, right? So let's just get into some things about your self-image. And then we'll be done with this first part because it's all about the first house. And I really wanted to go into the Neptune in the first as well as the Pisces in the first. And it's just way too much to put in one video. So you can really struggle throughout the beginning of your life to find your identity, because identity isn't really easy for Pisces to find. You are a sum total of all of the zodiac signs, right? And you can really do and be whoever you want to be, right? But as much as Pisces wants to explore humanity, they also don't like to take possession of anything, right? The two fishes swimming in opposite direction. As much as you like to express and learn and take in the world, you also don't really want to be a part of it. It's really tough. Like, it's really, really freaking tough. And this fight creates this fog of your own self-image, right? And you might present yourself as sweet, kind, nurturing. And someone will be like, oh, you know, you're too kind, you're too nurturing to do this. And Pisces will be like, that's not true. I could still do that, even being who I am. And then they'll go and do it. And they realize when they go and do that, that they have to, for example, let's say you are the Pisces that is very kind and nurturing, right? And that's just only one side of you. But in a business arena, you are very much able to give instruction and teach people and, you know, be a good leader, right? And then once again, people want to label. Okay, well, now Pisces is cold and they're, you know, distant and they're, you know, bossy. But then you can come home from work or the business that you run and nurture your family and give your kids all of the love and care and, you know, be a great sexual partner, romantic partner, right? But you're not just a mother and you're not just a wife or a husband, okay? You're not just that. You can really be whoever you need to be for the life you want to live. And I think that's very important for Pisces. You are everything and you are nothing all at the same time. And if you try to be something so that people can understand you, you will lose every single time. Because it's not about mastering, proving that you are something. It's about being who you've always wanted to be and living out your personal dream. The best I could give for identity is that Pisces is the creative, selfless healer. And you can be that wherever you go, doing whatever you want to do. Okay? And for Neptune in the first, a thing about your identity is that oftentimes people will want you to connect more to your rising, not so much the Neptune aspect. So if you're a Neptune in Sagittarius and you're Sagittarius rising, or you're a Neptune in Libra and you're a Libra rising, right? People want you to be the Libra, and they'll want you to negate that creativity. They want you to negate that spirituality and the mysticism, right? But you can't, because if you're not able to creatively express from that place, there will feel like there's something missing, right? And there's like a merging of both that rising and the Neptune that will bring you a lot of harmony and peace within yourself. Understanding that even if you're a Capricorn rising with a Neptune in the first, you're never going to be completely Capricorn. Neptune is always going to give you just a softness over that Capricorn energy. It's going to give you a spirituality over it. Even if you're an atheist, there's still a connection you have to the spiritual world. Okay? So, once again, whenever you are being pulled out of your creativity, always reconnect in your isolation, in your meditation, in your time with self, okay? And my last closing of this part is Pisces, Neptune in the first. The main thing that you need to reach any of your goals, to make your dream a reality, is boundaries, 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 boundaries. Your energy is so open and it's so inviting that people want to sometimes use you, keep you in their back pocket, put you on a shelf away from everyone. Okay? It goes to some dark places. Okay? Because I have a Neptune in Aquarius. So I've had friends or community members who wanted to keep me isolated, alone to myself, because these people wanted me as kind of like a sipping from a well and then putting that well away for no one else to see. Because if anyone else were to know all of the attributes that I had, then I would no longer just be the person that they could sip from whenever they wanted, right? It goes to some dark places. Take ownership of your energy and all of the degrees in which you can feel it and all of the degrees in which you can express it. It's yours. It's your energy. And Neptune in the first, Pisces rising, you can really struggle to take ownership of who you are. The healer can't heal anyone else if they don't heal themselves. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And since you are the selfish, creative healer, you cannot heal anyone else until you heal yourself. There's nothing to give unless you give to yourself, right? And that's something that I always want Pisces, even if it's hard, even if you've learned to be a people pleaser or something like that, right? Never give up on you and working on you and setting those boundaries. Even if you fail over and over again, set those boundaries. It's going to be impossible to reach your goals if you don't practicalize what you want and add structure to your life. I know, Pisces structure. Okay. I still struggle with it myself, but set those boundaries with every single person in your life, because no one is off limits when it comes to Pisces being taken advantage of, Neptune being taken advantage of. Okay, so I have to set boundaries with everyone. My mom, dad, sister, my partner, every single person in my life has certain boundaries. And for the people who truly respect those boundaries, those are the people who truly love you, Pisces. Those are the people who truly love you, Neptune. Okay? The way to know if people are really for you and not for what you can do for them is if they respect the boundaries every single time. And I'm just going to keep saying it. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. All right? So that's my closing statement to you. In the next video, we're going to be talking about Pisces rising very specifically, and the houses from 4 to 12, ending the Pisces rising little mini series. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped a Neptune in the first, a Pisces in the first, and just have a great day, evening, night, whatever you're having, make it a good one. Okay, bye guys.